Okay, I guess we are live. I don't know which way to look. Am I looking this way? Okay. It's very strange doing. I have to do this with my phone because, whoops. Okay, let's get this going here. Let me set this up. We're having a noontime chat, but apparently I'm already on. Wasn't ready for that. Okay. All right. Well, hi, Mary Ellen. Okay, I'm going to have to use this here to see your comments because I'm totally blind. It's amazing that, when I was 40 years old, I had eagle eyes, and then suddenly, after 40, I couldn't read the lipstick tubes anymore, and I thought, okay, this is bad. And then it's just declined so much, and now I'm so horrified at having to wear glasses. And all right, let's see who's in here. Lori, Wilson, Tammy, Mary Ellen. And I'm so sorry yesterday. I had removed the editing encoder thingy on my computer because the last time I did this live stream was a couple weeks ago, and I didn't like the quality of it, so I took it off. And then when I scheduled to do my my new live stream, I forgot that I didn't have any kind of encoder or anything on my computer in order to transfer the file. So I didn't have it. And then when I kept trying to play around, my computer crashed. And so it was like 10 after 6, and I thought, oh my God, I've got to do something. So I put a little note on my video that I said was doing the live stream. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing really well. I haven't really felt a lot of the effects of this because I'm feeling okay, knock on wood. And also, I'm working so much that I am not shelter in place. I'm on the front lines. My day job is I work as an office manager, but I'm working from home. And my night job is, I had to get it because they cut my hours down for my day job. So I just got a second job just to kind of buffer the money, but it's in a grocery store. It's very humbling. I mean, my boss is, I think, 16 years old, and I'm the oldest cashier. Um, but, I don't remember the last time I made $11 an hour. It's very, very humbling. It really is. But it's fun. I actually have fun, talking to people and, scooching their stuff across and scanning it. And there's a lot more to cashiering than you see as a person. And even when you go to the self-checkout and you just scan them and throw them in your bag, you don't think anything of it. But there's a lot of things that cashiers do that you just can't believe. But anyway, well, once we get to noon, let me see here. Once we get to noontime, I will start off my stuff. I'm drinking out of my cup here. This is one of those Calamity cups. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Things Can Be Worse, from a company called Calamity. They advertise these on Facebook, and I am such a sap for these kinds of things. And it's got like pterodactyl attacks, giant robots, zombie poodles, and it's just entitled Things Can Be Worse. And from a distance, it looks like the Blue Willow pattern, but it's actually all little monsters and things, so it's kind of cute. All right, so let me just look here. We've got Elaine. How are you, Elaine? Sherry Ann, BX Gal, there you are. Okay. And we've got a few others. I didn't want to ignore anybody. Like last time I was talking, everybody was coming up and saying hi, and it looked like I was ignoring you, but it really is just that you're just a little blur white line to me without my glasses on. I really hate wearing glasses. So anyway, it's Saturday right around noontime, and I hope all of you are keeping well. I had heard somebody was not well last time, and I hope I think it was Karen or somebody. I hope you're doing better. And Kath J, if you're there, good for you. She's one of our people on the front lines in the medical industry. So I scan your toilet paper. and she fixes you up in the hospital. So we're both frontliners. I actually have an N95 mask that I get to wear. And it's amazing when you see what people are doing. They're buying like 2 or 3 weeks worth of groceries, which is a lot of bagging. So I'm hoping I'm going to lose some weight from all this bending and lifting and stuff. But man, I tell you, when you're a cashier, you get like, you work like 7 hours and they give you one 15-minute break in the middle of that. And I tell you, it's the shortest 15 minutes of your life. But boy, to sit down, it's just so nice. I'm just getting old for this, but I can actually say I kind of enjoy doing that more than my day job, which hopefully nobody from my day job is watching right now. Anyway, so what I had said I'd talk about was the Sephora sale, and I will discuss some of my picks for the Sephora sale, but I want to talk about this because this is another one of those things they advertise on Facebook, and this is the LUME thing, and a lot of times you'll see the ads for this just before a video comes up, and it's this girl singing LUME, you know, and it's like, I had to try it, you know. Again, I'm a sucker. I think that's a great ad. I mean, they're really funny. LUME is a very special kind of deodorant. It's cruelty-free, aluminum-free, baking soda-free. There's nothing, basically nothing in here that can react badly with you. They don't know who I am. They didn't send this to me. I paid for it with my own cash money. And I wanted to try all the flavors to see which kind I like the best. And so each day I tried a different flavor. That comes in 2 forms. It comes in kind of like the regular stick roll-on kind of form. And it also comes in these tubes. So it's just a little cream. And the scents are very weird. It's the weirdest grouping of fragrances that I've ever seen. And I wish they had like more of a citrus one or a vanilla one or something like that. But these are the flavors that it comes in. And the sampler pack here with the shipping was like 31 bucks. Now each one of these tubes, you're only supposed to use like a little pea size amount. So it's only, let me just, okay, basically a little dribble, well, a little dot. Let's see if we can do a dot. Okay, so this amount, you kind of squish it between your fingers, and then you put it under, and they said to count to 5 while you're putting it under and blending it in. And I'm telling you, it works. And it does work in other places. If you ever get like the sweat under a bra, this little TMI here, I'm really sorry. But if you get that kind of sweat under there, and I tell you, when you're bagging groceries, you sweat everywhere. So this stuff you can actually, it's safe enough to use in all of the areas of your body where there is any kind of moisture, bacteria, sweat, or fragrance. I don't want to get too detailed with that. They have this flavor, which is, this is called the Silver Spruce. This smells like some shrubbery in your backyard. This is not a very pleasant smell, so I don't understand. Maybe this is the guy smell. I don't know, but the Silver Spruce smell was a fail. This one was juniper berry, same thing. Smells like something you growing in the backyard, and it's kind of like a gardeny kind of smell, but in a bad way. So I didn't like the smell of that either. This one is the Lavender Sage, and this was the worst one. This is extremely strong lavender, icky lavender scent. And I mean, it's just, it didn't go away either. Once you had, I could still smell the lavender. So if you like to wear perfumes, you definitely wouldn't like this one. So that's 3 down, but the last 2 I like. This is the Jasmine Rose shade. This is a little bit floral. This is actually a really pleasant, pleasant fragranced one, and it goes away, it dissipates, so it's not strong and it's really nice. So I would say rather than getting a 6-pack or whatever, just get like either a large one of a good flavor, or you know, they have 3 packs, or you can get the tube and the roll-on. And the other one is unscented, and I think unscented is probably the best choice in this. And like I said, this set of 5, where you get all 5 of the scents, was like $31 with the shipping and tax and everything. So the unscented is the best one. So if you're going to try this stuff, don't bother getting the 6-packs because it's not as financially viable. I think that this one is good, and this worked really well. And I can vouch for working a 12-hour day. It works great. And according to them, if you use this every day, over time, you don't have to use as much. So I don't know if you can do less than a pea size amount for that. But I'll have to say that the stuff was good. LUME was good. So I do totally recommend it. And I think it was great. Your comments have disappeared, so I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I'll have to read them later, and maybe I can read your questions in your comments, and then I can answer them in the next one. I'd like to do it now because of my work schedule. I can't do a regular thing at a certain time every week, but I hope y'all still with me. You're still with me. Okay. So Sephora is having their spring sale. I mean, life does go on, even though none of us can get out and do anything or shop in the stores or swatch anything. They are still managing to do their spring sale, and that is usually quite a popular item. And on YouTube, you can see, there's your stuff again. Sharon Hardy, hi, Lori, Carrie. We have Unlabeled, Dar, been watching for years. I just saw, they're just flashing up like 4 or 5, and again, I'm looking at my phone, so hopefully I'm looking directly at you. It's hard to tell with my phone because the camera's like over here, and anyway, okay. I'm feeling all wonky. All right, so what would I recommend from the Sephora sale? And I think these are all the things that I do purchase there and have repurchased. One of them is the Tarte eyelash curler. It usually comes with a mascara with it. This is great because it has a silicone handle and you can grip it really well. And I think that that's something that is really really good. And the cushion on here is good. I do wash this, and I believe you should wash these. You know, I do wash it with, I use Zote soap in my fingers, and I make sure to dry it off on a paper towel and let it air dry. And I do spray this with alcohol. Especially now, we have to be so careful. It's just, oh. Too Faced has brush sets with teddy bear hair. And these are really nice cruelty-free brushes, but they're also pretty soft. And I have to say they have stood the test of time. I always wash my brushes immediately after I use them or within the week. And I never use a brush twice. I only use it one time and then I wash it. So they get pretty worn from that process, but I just don't believe in putting a dirty brush on my face. I just think you can spread a lot of problems that way. For primers, this is the Clarins, and this is the Perfecting, the Instant Touch Perfecting. And yeah, it is expensive. And they're saying now you really should use like a toothpick or a Q-tip or something to scrape out. Don't use your finger. Because again, we're learning all kinds of things about hygiene and how bacteria is spread. So I think the worst thing though, it's got to be the gas pumps. You know, when you're doing the gas pumps, you know, those guys in that little convenience store aren't walking out there to, you know, to clean those things. So I always use not 1, but 2. I have food prep gloves that I use. And I use 2 of them for that and completely throw them away. I don't even want it in my car afterwards because I know it's probably really gnarly. So the other thing I like to use is, this is the Bye Bye Redness. And I do have area on my chin and on part of my cheek where it does get red. And it's like not Malaysia or whatever they call it, but it's just from aging, I think. It's just really red. So this is the medium shade. There is a lighter shade than this, but this is the transforming beige shade. There are like 3 shades of this. So this is a great thing to think about if you are looking at the Sephora sale. Now this thing I have found uses for, and one of them is because of my glasses. I just put this right here and right here. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. And I think that this is got more uses than I thought. You put a little bit of powder on there, so when you put your glasses on, you can, you don't mark up your eyes. So yeah, I liked it. And this is like the little $10 one. This is the mini one. So just get the mini one and give it a try. You can also use it if you dot it on your cheeks. You can use it as a concealer. Who we got here? Renee, hello. Always dipped once. I'm gonna have to read your comments afterwards. I'm in a Facebook group called Makeup Forever, and there's like a makeup for over 50, and there's and one person had said, what do you feel about live streams? And almost everybody said they hated that when somebody stopped to say hello to people, and I want to say hello to everybody that's on there, but I guess it irritates people to have people stop. If you want to spend a little bit of money, this is the YSL Yves Saint Laurent. This is the Touche Éclat. This is a brightening thing. You click it up here, the hook comes out here, and then you can use it just as a brightener. This is not really a coverage concealer per se, it's more of a brightener, and I only use it pretty much on the inside of my eyes. And it brightens up that area. It does not seep into your lines, and it's just a very nice eye-opening, awakening effect. And by the way, I want to tell you that if you are drinking Mike's Hard Black Cherry Lemonade, do not go on the Sephora website at 1 o'clock in the morning when they're having the Rouge sale. Okay, just take my advice, okay? Because the next day, you get the confirmation of your order and you're like, what did I order? So I'll tell you what I ordered after, because it was because of the Mike's Hard Lemonade. Charlotte Tilbury. There are two things that she excels in. Well, there's a few things that she excels in. I think she's awfully pricey though, and I don't always agree with the pricing thing. That's why Natasha Denona won't be in my collection. But anyway, this is First Love, and this is a blush from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just a sweet, pleasant, I don't even know if I can do this because I've already got too much blush on. It's just a very sweet, pretty blush, and it's hard to overdo it. So I think that that's important. I'm going to have to look from right to left because I don't know where to look, because it's not showing me what I look like to you. I hope I'm not looking like this the whole time. Hourglass. This is the Ghost Edit palette. And if you've never tried Hourglass powders, there's a mirror on this side. This is a great introduction to Hourglass. Now this up here in the corner is a light bronzer, and it's very, very subtle. There's a little bit of a sheen to it, but it looks extremely natural. These two are the blushes. And then we've got, this is a face powder here in the middle. And then these two are kind of a shiny highlight. This is good for light to medium dark skin tones. I think as we get into the darker skin tones, of course, the bronzer wouldn't look like a bronzer, and the blushes may show up more as highlighters. So I think this is just a wonderful little collection of Hourglass blushes, and they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful on. The other thing that I meant to mention, it's one of the things I did order in my 1 a.m. excursion into Sephora, was the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish face powder in #1. I think that that's just the perfect thing for under the eyes. When you put your concealer on, it really does need to be set, or it will wobble into the lines. So I pull my eye out just a little bit, tap it out, and then I will tap in, and I mean tap in just a little bit of that powder, and it just holds that whole day without getting all creaky and creasy and everything else. So that's one of my favorites. This is a very nice blush from Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay blush, and the color is called Exposed. I think this is the most universal shade. If you are a medium to light skinned person, this is the most universal shade ever. It looks good on everybody. It's called Exposed, and it's from Tarte. And the Amazonian Clay is real stuff. She actually did go down to the Amazon, and along the banks of the river of the Amazon, people harvest the mud there, and their skin on their hands from harvesting the mud looks so good that the lady decided to go down there, and she actually does export the mud from the Amazon, dries it out to make the powder base for the blushes, and it's got minerals and nutrients in it from the forests of the Amazon. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. So I still use this, and I've been using this for years. All right, let me check in here. What you doing? Beauty on a budget. Hi, Bella. How are you? Some of you may remember that Bella and Gail came to visit me back in November. Took them around. It's a slightly different scene out there than when you were here last time. It's actually snowing out today, and it's really, really bizarre. I don't think it should snow after Easter. We have to make a deal with whatever is in charge of the snow. Unbelievable snow. Benefit. This is the Cookie Bronzer, and it's in one of these boxes here. Very, very pretty. Gives you a nice little light. You can put it on your eyes, you can put it on your cheek, you can put it on your pecs to accentuate whatever. Very, very cute. This is a really nice highlighter in general, and I think it lasts a long time. It can look subtle, or it can look very, very day glow, depending on how you use it. All right, BX Gal again. Hello, Carrie. Hello. Hourglass. If you don't want to invest in that big kit, you can get the mini blushes, and this is the mini blush in Mood Exposure. And much like of course it's not going to show up now, but so much like the Exposed from Tarte, this is kind of a universal shade that looks really, really pretty on everybody. It looks just like a flush of color, like you were working out or you were outside. Very, very pretty. And I think these little ones run around 25, but it's going to last quite a while because these are pretty densely packed baked blushes. So from Hourglass. Kevin Aquon. This is the Duo, and this is Candlelight, and this is the medium sculpting powder, and this is something that will give you just a little bit of dimension to your face. And this is it's a very discounted item at Sephora. I think it's 25, and you get both of those things. You get this pretty Candlelight highlight, which is an extremely subtle highlight, but this powder is just like the perfect contour powder. And Kevin Aquon is the guy who invented that whole system with the dark, the light, the dark around here, the dark on the edge. He's the one who came up with that long before Kim Kardashian's hairdresser Mario made it popular. So Kevin Aquon has some remarkable products, and this is one of them. The Contour Duo, I believe it's called. And Sephora has it for about 25 bucks. Now this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a contour wand, and what it is you can see it blends out so nicely, but if you use it like make a little stripe and you just blend it out as a cream product, it is a wonderful, wonderful contour. And it's a slightly warmer shade than the Kevin Aquon or some of the other grayish taupe, I think like taupe from NYX. It's slightly warmer toned than that. And I like this a lot. And this has lasted me quite a while. I've had this well over a year. The sponge tip is kind of gacky, but I mean, you can push this onto a glass plate and then you can, distribute it with your finger or with a brush. But I do like this, and I think that this is worth a try. If you haven't tried this, it's a very, somebody else liked this too. I think Jessica likes this. Let's move into eyeshadow palettes. And this is probably the last time you're going to see this around. Kat Von D was partnered with this vegan company to create these cosmetics that carried her name, Kat Von D. And then she, of course, ran into a lot of controversy because she didn't want to vaccinate her kid, and she made a big deal out of that. Plus, she dated these guys who were supposedly neo-Nazi white supremacists, and so they thought she was, and then there was all this stuff. And I don't believe she is, because she's not a hateful person. She's never talked about anything like that in her videos. She's always been an animal rights activist. She's got a lot of friends. She's done a lot of good things and a lot of good charities, and I hate to have to see her walk out of the picture, you know, with this kind of a reputation. But nonetheless, she walked out of the picture with her partners. The KVD line is now the KVD Vegan, and this is probably one of my favorite all-time palettes. This was the Shade Light Palette. You can still find this on Sephora as the KVD line, the vegan line. And because Sephora is putting all of the KVD stuff on sale, I have a feeling they're dropping them as a vendor, which is going to be a shame, because this is just so good. And yeah, I know Makeup Revolution did a copycat version of this, which wasn't too bad. I can't find that anywhere. I don't know anybody who can find that anywhere. So this is, you know, this is something that's worth getting. She's not involved with the company anymore, and I kind of feel bad for them, because they didn't make those statements, she did. You know, I'm sure that they're not in agreement with her either. So I hate to punish them, you know, for something she did. And they either kicked her out or she left, knowing that she'd done a lot of damage to the company. So anyway, if you do see this, I think it's worth getting. It's just an amazing palette. Now this one, on the other hand, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and Norvina is the name of the palette. It is also the name of Anastasia's daughter, Norvina. She's kind of the marketing person and president of the company, I believe, for Anastasia Beverly Hills. And she is just dumped, and literally dumped, one eye palette after another, week after week on us, to the point where I think she started this whole craze where we got burnt out. We just got burnt out on getting one new palette after another. But I bought this one because I swatched it in Ulta, and this is the Norvina palette, and it is definitely worth checking out. I use it a lot. I've sprayed it with alcohol, so it's got little dots all over it right now, but I do spray all of my palettes with alcohol. I think that that's a really healthy thing to do to all of your powder products, your blushes, everything, and your lipsticks need to be dipped in alcohol too and air dried. I mean, we just need to take care of things, especially now. And after the pandemic thing is over with, I think we should do a one glass cleaning, just do everything. And I would throw away any mascaras or any kind of liners that you've used right next to your eyes during this time. I just don't trust that they're healthy to use. Anyway, this is the Norvina palette, and it's got a light matte shade that you can use for base, and it's got two different shades here that you can use, a warm and a cool tone that you can use, you know, in your crease area. And then it's got this beautiful purpley color that you can use as a dark, and then this brown, which is kind of a warm brown in the dark. And then you've got your pop of blue, which everybody teases it about. And you've got this kind of light, pretty purple. Some of them, I would just say this has just got a lot of really doable colors to it, and I use this palette a lot, so I would recommend this. Now, I did order the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, and Sephora right now features Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette with two other items as a kit for $49. With the sale, if you do use the Spring Save code, If you are Rouge, you get 20% off. If you are VIB, you get, I think, is it 15% off. And if you're just a regular old insider, you get the 10% off. They started this on the 17th, and they will move to May 1st with this sale. So you're going to see more and more people talking about the Sephora sale. I was not impressed with this from Too Faced, and I'm just going to bring it up so I can show you that I have been using it. It's dipped into a lot. The light shades, this was not very pigmented for a matte shade. And then we had this one and this one for our crease shades. They weren't quite dark enough. And then you have the one dark shade and then the one that's got kind of a shimmer in it. All in all, I can do one eye look with this, really. I can't do more than one eye look. It's supposedly based on skin tones. I think the chocolate bar palette is a better deal than this, so I personally wouldn't recommend this one in case you're looking at it, because they are advertising it. Now, my favorite palettes are the Visearts. I think Viseart has got some of the best palettes, the best quality. Now, this is the Petite Pro 3, and this is a good, I used this on vacation when we went to Newport, Rhode Island. We went there. I used this solely as my eyeshadow palette, and it's got a nice light color which has turned pink. I don't know why. And then we've got a shimmer shade. We've got a crease color here, and then we've got two darker shades, and then we've got some shimmers all along up here. So that's a really nice travel palette, and it is the Viseart Petite Pro 3. It's a little black one. It's a tiny little thing, but to travel, this is so nice. It really is. I use it a lot. The other one is the Viseart Rose Edit, it's called. It's another little tiny one. The pans are small, but again, you've got a light shade, you've got a crease shade here, you've got a nice dark shade, and then you've got a bunch of shimmery colors that you can add in. And then, like with the orange color like that, I would just put it maybe just on the upper edge here. It just warms up the eye look a little bit. So, and you've got your pop of blue there, a little bit of purpley kind of shimmer. It looks slightly different when you, I don't know if I can put that on the eye. Yeah, this is a really nice pink edit, rose edit it's called. So this is also really nice for a Viseart palette if you don't want to, you know, spend the $80 on the major 12-pan palettes that they have. Kevyn Aucoin also has a really nice basic palette, and this is called a Simply Nude palette. And this has your light color for all over. It has your crease color, and then it has two darker shades, and it has a nice shimmery color, which makes a wonderful under eye liner. That's a really good basic eye palette from Kevyn Aucoin. I'm still using my Game of Thrones palette, but you can't find that on Sephora anymore. You can find that in the hotlook.com website. They're selling it, I believe they had it for $24. The Game of Thrones eye palette, which I remember we all went nuts over that when that was going. For lip products, this is NARS, and this is the most wanted lip palette, and this is a great sampler lip palette. It's got all the medium range colors in the warm tones, going right up to a warm tone reddish brick color. But it's got Anita, and it's got, let me just check here. We have Raquel, Julie, Juliet, Anita, Vanessa, Barbara, and Deborah in this. And oh man, it's just beautiful. That's a great way to figure out which one of the NARS lipsticks you would really like to have. There are a few other lipsticks. I'll just go over it. And I know Clinique has these little pop colors. I have Papaya and Nude Pop. And And I'll just put the papaya on because it's not too far off from the sweater. Let's just see what we can do here. That noise in the background is my central heating and air unit. It's in the actual room. So I'm like, okay, this apartment is so funky. And then this is the Nude Pop Color from Clinique. So you can see that's more of a neutral tan, nudie kind of color as opposed to the pink, which was papaya. And these are nice. They're really cute to keep in. My favorite lipstick that is at Sephora is this one, and it is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is the Bitch Perfect. This is a nude color that, again, universally, Bitch Perfect looks good on almost everybody. I would say if you are medium dark all the way down to very light skinned, you will love this shade. This is Bitch Perfect. It's a beautiful formula, and there's a reason it's the #1 lipstick that Charlotte Tilbury sells. It's absolutely beautiful. And right down to the case. It's just a beautiful lipstick, and I always replace it when it's worn out. This is my second one. So for lipsticks, these are reusable. I'm not sure how many times people buy just the refills for this, but this is the Hourglass Confession lipsticks. Very, very classy looking. Looks like a pen, and when I'm looking for a pen in my purse, I usually pull this out thinking it's a pen. But basically you get this little refill that snaps right into the holder. This one is called You Can Find Me, is the name of this shade. It's kind of a really pretty French red, I guess you could say. And it snaps closed. And you can buy different refills for the pen. You don't have to get the same color because the outside is just a holder. It's not the actual lipstick. Doesn't say the lipstick name. So those are really nice. They stain your lips and wear down naturally. You just have to find the shade that works for you, because I've been very shy about wearing reds and bright colors, but I think that it really helps brighten your face to wear a brighter color, not necessarily darker, but a brighter color. So come summer, I will be doing some bright colors. Okay. I don't know what I did with the list, but I did purchase a bunch of stuff on Sephora. Oh, one last thing. I do recommend the Caution Extreme Lash from Hourglass. This is the mascara. I haven't used this yet. I've used it a million times. I've had several of these. I get this size. This is the mini size. I get this size because it lasts me the 3 months. And then I get another mini. And, pound for pound, it may cost less for the bigger size, for a volume. But when I'm only going to use it for 3 months before I throw it away, this is the perfect size. And it's a great way for you to try this. This is a wonderful mascara. It gives you big old honking lashes, which is what I love. And the formulation's nice, and it doesn't leave little dings on my eyelid on a hot day or if I'm bagging groceries. So on the same line as the KVD Shade and Light Palette, I will say the KVD, this is the tattoo liner, and this is the eyeliner that, I used it today with the eyelashes. This is what you can purchase now on sale, and with the 20% or the 15% or the 10% off. This is Trooper Black is the name of this particular eyeliner. Please get it before it runs out. It's a wonderful eyeliner, absolutely wonderful. And last but not least, this is a lip gloss from Marc Jacobs. And this is called Milk and Honey. So I ordered the Guerlain Clé de Peau lingerie Clé de Peau foundation. I wanted to try it for years, and I decided to get it after I had my black cherry hard lemonade. That was one of the items I got. I also got a purplish shade of the Sephora lip stain. And I love the Sephora metallic lip stain. The one in Sunstone is a kind of a muted reddish orange color. I really love that. Now, the one I'm getting is Rock and Purple, and it's on sale right now for $4. So, and then you get an additional 20% off of that. So I'm giving that a try. I'm also trying the Youth to the People. It is a superfood cleanser, and Hiram, my little buddy Hiram there in Hawaii, who does skincare. I love watching this kid. He's so good. He knows his stuff, and he loves Youth to the People is his favorite skincare line, I guess. And I don't know if he's sponsored by them or not, but he doesn't lie about products. He's very honest, and he had a lot of good things to say about this particular cleanser. So I just got the little $10 size to try it out, because the 8-ounce size is like $30 or something. I'm like, yeah. So I did get the Youth to the Cleanser, the Clé de Peau. I got the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder in number 1. And I got the chocolate bar palette set, which is called Sweet, Sexy, and Too Faced set, which is $49. It includes the chocolate bar, the Better Than Sex mascara, and then there's an eyeliner that comes with it, all as a set. And normally just the chocolate bar palette is that price. So I think that that's a great deal with the 20% off on top of it. So I decided to go back to basics, now that we've all been kind of away from the makeup world. I think we're focusing on other things in our life, for one thing, but one of the things that I haven't even cared about was, like, when I get makeup ads from Beautylish or makeup ads from Ulta or Sephora, except this one, because it was the sale, and I thought, oh geez, I'm gonna do the sale. And then I thought I would talk about things that I like. Most of the stuff I'm using, quite frankly, is from the drugstore or Ulta. So I don't really have a whole lot of things from Sephora that I would recommend, because if I can get them at Ulta, I do. I think Ulta has a much better consumer plan. They give you cash bucks for time off, and okay, there's more of you. All right, where are you? BX Gal and Jane and Susie Hall. Yes, Susie, I have owned the chocolate bar before. I've had it a couple of times. When it first came out, I bought it because I liked the whole novelty of the chocolate shape of it, but it was my favorite. I do think that the formulation is a little different now than what I remember. For some reason, I think it was a little more pigmented in the original, and also the packaging was different. The packaging was made out of a different material. So I did like it, and I thought it was a great little all-around palette, because it had a little bit of color in it. It had all your base shades in there, so you could do a basic eye, and that was something that I really love. Now, what I am loving right now, what I'm wearing on my face right now, is this. This is the Healthy Skin from the Anti-Aging Perfector from Neutrogena. And this is kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but it's a little more pigmented. It does not sink into lines. It does not exaggerate pores. This is my favorite right now, my favorite drugstore foundation type of thingy. So, and I haven't been able, and their other thing that is an actual tinted moisturizer, I didn't like at all. That didn't work at all. This one has a slight scent of suntan lotion, that, what is it, zinc oxide smell to it. So it does have a little bit of that scent to it, but I love this. I think this is a great thing, and this is number 30, fair to light. Yeah, it's number 30. So if you see this, give it a try. I put it on my fingers, All right, what do we got here? I checked Sephora and couldn't find the KVD Shade Light. Okay. Oh wow, I wonder if they sold it out. It's under KVD now, and I think if you just put shade and light, it will come up because I saw it last night, and I saw it the night I was doing the hard cider stuff. So I saw it there. So it is there, and I have seen it in Marshalls and TJ Maxx, but we can't really shop there right now, can we? I also saw that NARS Most Wanted in a Marshalls, and I'm like, oh my God, I just paid all this money for this. Um, so yeah, they're getting a lot more stuff in Marshalls and TJ Maxx. But you know, my kind of germophobic side is coming out now because I don't want to buy anything that's actually not sealed shut because people could have stuck their gnarly old fingers or coughed on it or, sneezed on it or something. So I'm a little paranoid now. I don't know. All right, where do you go? I tried the YTP cleanser. It smelled like produce that it's gone bad. Okay. Well, that's a good warning. And it's on its way to me now as we speak. I don't know how long it takes Sephora to ship anymore. I am Rouge, so they said it's three days shipping for Rouge, but that's not during the pandemic. So I'm going to be in Massachusetts tomorrow. I like to go to the Market Basket up there, and I do take a friend of mine who is very ill, does not drive. So this is their only opportunity to get out and get groceries and stuff. And I can check the house and make sure they're okay. So I go to Market Basket on Sundays now with this person, and I love that store. It's really, really neat. So I am traveling. So I'm basically out 7 days a week. I work 6 days a week at that grocery store at night, and I work 5 days a week during the day as an office manager. Those hours are trickling down a little bit, and I'm not sure. And we had discussed kind of a reality check, like how much longer can they carry this? It's a nonprofit, so, and they don't pay into unemployment, so I won't be able to collect unemployment. I did get the stimulus check. I'm all excited. Yeah, my former husband, well, he's still my husband, but he contacted me to let me know that it went in because we filed jointly and it all went into his bank account. And God bless him, he contacted me and said that, he had a check for me for half the amount. So I picked that up and it's already cleared in the bank. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that stimulus it's about 1 month's rent plus my car payment. And that's a lot. I'll have to say that was a nice move. Yeah, it's been very strange. I just, and a couple of the people, we have an extended family. When you work in a nonprofit, you reach out to a lot of people, and 2 of the people have passed away from COVID-19. So I'm aware that this is a thing, but and I'm not being blissfully ignorant of everything. And when I put out a video on makeup, it's not that I'm just being ridiculously trivial or topical. It's because I think we need a break from the feedback we get all the time from the press and from I'm subscribed to ABC and NBC and CNN, and it's all doomsday stuff. And I just can't watch one more, Governor Cuomo. I just awful. I can't watch any more misery, and I'd rather watch the positive things. You see some of the positive things that are going on, and people doing funny things with their kids on YouTube, and the funny songs that they're coming up with. So I've been sort of focusing on the positive things, and I do think a lot of positive things have come from this horrible thing. And some of you actually get paid to stay home, which I'm kind of envious of in a way, because I'm working really hard. And yeah, I just wish I could have time for some of my hobbies and things. And I'm watching videos myself. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos. And I can tell you that some of the videos that are really like the people are like crying or they're like miserable, I have to turn it off. I can't watch people being miserable. It's like, no, I mean, this will end. We will be okay. We're going to get through this. And, we have to stay positive, and we have to, keep living our lives, that there is some time after this that we will be back out, even in wherever they are. Was it Wu-Tang, or I've just butchered the name, I know. But they were showing the people are getting out again in the town where this thing originated, supposedly. So we'll be out again soon, I think. So let me see. Now, some of your questions are coming up. Media forgets to remind us that over 80% of the people are recovering. Yes, Gina, that's true. And yeah, that's true. I can't wait to read your comments later. I really enjoyed doing that after the last live stream. And it just still cracked me up because y'all were talking to each other and kind of ignoring me in the background. What I'm seeing on my screen, it's my phone with a picture of me pointing and looking all over the place. And then every now and then they'll pop 3 or 4 messages on the left. So I'm trying to catch them when they come up, but I don't want to, it's taking my thought away. My thought gets carried away much quicker than it used to. So the Sephora sale, it is spring save, all one word. All right, there you go. Goo goo. Okay, Kath J, there you are. She works, she had discharged over 1,000 people. So Kath J, thank you for all you do every day. My goodness, you're one of the medical folks who is saving lives. And I'm just ringing up their toilet paper and their paper towels. But you're saving lives. In a way, I'm saving lives too, I guess, but not quite on that same level. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and everybody's telling Kath, thank you. I'm glad she could join us. She's been with me for quite a while. I know several of you have been with me for quite a while, and I do remember your names and do notice things, and sometimes I remember things about your families or you, and hopefully I can touch on a nerve with you on this. So I don't want to hold you captive all day long on this channel. This has been a lot of fun, and I will do it again, and I'll have to do it this way because I have to figure out how to fix my computer now. And I hope all of you are having a wonderful week. Just stay positive, and we're going to get through this. And then pretty soon we'll be talking about, the last time we were at Ulta. So I miss those non-essential stores. I really do. Just like, we're just talking about TJ Maxx. I'm like, we can't go there. It's like we can go into Family Dollar and we can go into Walmart and all the grocery stores, but what fun is that? Anyway, everybody, you stay safe. Wear your gloves, wear your mask. Make sure you wash your hands. When you come in, take your shoes off and spray the bottom of them with some kind of cleaner, because if you're walking around, somebody coughs or sneezes, it lands on the ground. So you're walking in it. And then if you walk in your home, you could be bringing it into your home. I wash everything. I take all my clothes off, go into the shower, I wash my hair, I wash my glasses, I wash my name tag. I wash everything. And I think that that's a good habit to get into. It's going to wear down our clothes a little faster, but I get my clothes mostly from ThredUp online. So I left a link down below for that so you can get $10 off. It's a thrift store, but everything has to be spotless, clean, and in really good shape. And it's an online thrift store, and they have millions, and I mean millions of items. You can filter what you look at by only your size, only certain colors, only certain styles. You can say what your sleeve length is, what kind of pants you want, what kind of dresses you want. I love that site. I go there all the time. I probably get a package from ThredUp maybe once or twice a month. And I send a lot of my clothes. I send at the end of the season, I send all my clothes to them and they resell them, and I get a little bit of a credit. But I mean, you can sell a dress and they'll give you $1.50. So you're not going to make money on it, but it's so much fun to just shop. It's very calming to go through there and shop. It's cheaper than doing the Amazon thing. So, all right, okay. I keep saying goodbye again. Remember the LUME, good deal on the LUME. And again, everybody, I'm thinking about you. Let's all stay together as a community. Stay active. Stay positive. Stay healthy, And I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Toodles. Now I know how to turn it off. Okay, here we go. I got it.